So you're telling me that this madam was paid $17 million per year in order to censor moi? Censoring moi cost that much? Jack, if you wanted to censor me, you could have paid me half, buddy. Could have paid me half, and I swear to God, I would have never used your platform, and you don't have to pay me by the year. You just one down payment. Oh, Dios mío. Censorship is expensive. No wonder that all of these platforms are struggling to make money. I mean, look at it. One person, $17 million a year. You know what? All of a sudden, I feel like becoming a leftist. Look, the leftist ideology is getting it to be tax the rich. Tax her more. She's not paying her fair share. Tax her more. $17 million per year to censor people. To be your movie. To be your movie and decide what you get and you can't talk about. To safeguard your democracy, but a democracy where people are being censored and are told how to think. By the rich. Is she the rich though? I don't know, because I heard that Hassan Piker, despite making so much money, he earned the money fair and square. You know, he worked hard for it, so you can't complain about it. And he's not that rich either. I wonder if this lady is rich. So if you don't know who this lady is, you might remember her from Tim Pool's episode from Mini Beanie. Jack Dorsey actually went up with her in order to talk with Tim Pool. And this is pretty much how the conversation went. It's like Tim Pool would be like, here's an example of Twitter's left-wing bias. Like, for example, when blue check marks were complaining that people told them to learn how to code, and Twitter would start banning people that told any journalist to learn how to code. So then you have this lady, it's like, well, we have to take the context into that consideration, because you see there were some bad people that used that phrase as a threat, and then Tim Pool would be like, Twitter's interpretation of the context is affected by their left-wing bias. Like, literally, who cares about what some people said? Just ban them. Just ban them. Ban those people. And then let other people just say it if it's not in a threatening manner. And she would be like, no, I would need to see an example of that. And then Tim Pool would come up with another example and the conversation would go round and round. So yeah, this is the lady. Now, I gotta say, I love this lady. In the early stages when Elon Musk just bought Twitter, she gave him sass on Twitter. Like, she literally gave him sass. And then I think something must have clicked. Like, she realized, holy shit, this is my boss. This is life now. And she immediately, like, took down those tweets and privated her account. Because she knows. Like, she knows the access come. Imagine this. No, seriously, imagine making $17 million per year by doing jack shit. Just by censoring people. Like, you don't have to add something. You just need to remove things from the world. $17 million. By the way, you know, like when progressives complain that certain actors at the BBC earn way too much, why do they never complain about a censor earning this amount? Or a diversity officer? Or, you know, like someone that without its existence, the company would still be able to go forward? I mean, I'm willing to bet that if Elon Musk bans her tomorrow and doesn't replace her with anyone, the company is just as profitable, if not more. But what's interesting, though, is that people are wondering if Elon Musk is going to fire these people. It's actually kind of difficult, because in one way, he needs to fire them, at least the upper management, if he doesn't want to constantly be sabotaged, to have things leaked to the press, to have security glitches popping out of nowhere, to have the same thing which happened at Netflix when they went with Dave Chappelle and they started protesting and doing walkouts and all of that. He needs to start with the upper management. But as you can see here, they all have severance packages. So for example, if she gets fired, she needs to get like $12.5 million. And it includes the accelerating vesting of a trove of Twitter shares she has acquired. So yeah, like these people are going to be very difficult to get rid of. And it's one of the initial things that I analyzed when I talked about the acquisition of Twitter, that even if Elon Musk gets it, he's going to have a very difficult time rooting up these ideologues. These people are 100% ideologically possessed. You cannot function as a company. Like they care more about their ideology than they care about the company. And I guarantee to you, like, if this lady gets fired, not only does she make $12.5 million, but you're going to see her popping up at the White House. You're going to see her popping up in the staff of a senator or something. Like, don't think that the same rules that apply to average mortals like you and me apply to her. And she's going to find another job in an instant. And it's going to be a well-paid job. So this is why I don't really feel bad that these people get fired. I mean, look, $17 million per year, all right? Like, that's enough for an average person to maintain a lifestyle until they die. Unless inflation hits, okay? If inflation hits, things change. But if I were to give you, and I am so confident that I know who you are without checking your bank account, but if I were to give you $17 million, do you honestly think you're going to run out of money if you maintain your current lifestyle? Of course. I mean, if you're a stupid person and you buy a luxurious house and then you can't pay the tax for it, well, that's on you. But I'm telling you, like, if you were to maintain your lifestyle, hey, I mean, it's not just you that would be able to live until you die with this body, but like your family as well. I don't think I could be able to spend $17 million, unironically. I would not be able to. I mean, if it's just me, okay, so no buying stuff for other people. I probably wouldn't buy like a large mansion or an expensive car, because that's why a lot of people get money from the lottery and then they lose it. They buy an expensive car, they don't have money to repair it. They buy an expensive house, they don't have money to pay income tax, and then they lose everything. Okay? But like, I wouldn't do that. I would just maintain my lifestyle. There is no way in hell I would ever be able to spend $17 million. And this is how much this woman was making a year. For censoring people. For censoring people. You know, at least Elon Musk, yeah, sure, he is rich, but he does add something to the world. He does create jobs. Well, you know what? Maybe this lady created jobs as well. I mean, the censorship department. Who knows how many people were working there? I'm literally curious. Like, if you were to cut the entire Twitter censorship apparatus tomorrow, like literally every single person that works as a censor would lose their job, how much money would you save? Because if you think about it, like, Twitter is a very easy to run company. It's just a server farm. Maybe some people that have to make sure that there's enough security so they don't get hacked and the info leaked, and I don't know, like a couple of other departments. But all in all, like, you would probably cut a lot of the expenses if you just fired the censorship department. Already I get to see, since Elon Musk bought Twitter and the Berlin Wall at Twitter fell, like, my traffic is off the roof. I have never got so much traffic on social media since 2016. And in 2016, I was a very small channel. I was literally the 2-view. Now I'm the 4-view guy. But like back then I was 2-view, and I had the same amount of traffic that I'm having now. So even now I'm probably being suppressed to some degree, but it's not to the degree that it used to be at the beginning of the year. So I'm really curious, like, if Elon Musk keeps uncensoring the platform, how interesting it's going to be. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.